Hello everyone, welcome to MITS e-content series. I am Purushotham Chalapathi, Assistant Professor of English, Department of English and Foreign Languages, MITS, Madanapalle. Today we are going to have an interesting topic titled The Significance of LSRW Skills in Effective Communication. Coming to introduction, what is communication skills? Communication skills are the abilities what we use. Communication skills are the abilities what we use when giving and receiving different kinds of information contextually. Coming to the classification of communication skills, there are 4 communication skills which include listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Listening and reading are called receptive skills, like inputs, because listening and reading are called receptive skills like inputs because while listening and reading, we receive data. Coming to speaking and writing, they are called productive skills like outputs because while speaking and writing, we produce data. Moreover, there is a myth in the students that only English language has communication skills, but which is a very big myth. Reason why? All the languages, yes, they have communication skills, in a sense LSRW, on one condition. The condition is the languages must have their own script. Let me give you one beautiful example from Indian context. There is a language called Banjara or Lambada, which is being spoken by wider range of population in some parts of Andhra and Telangana. The people, they speak and listen, but they cannot read it and write it because the language does not have its own script. So that is why communication skills, in a sense, LSRW skills are part and parcel of all the languages on one condition, that is, the language must have its own script. Next, let us try to understand 7 understandings and 2 arguments. The first understanding. Is English a foreign language or Indian language? The answer is, it is technically a foreign language in India, but functionally a second language in Indian curriculum. But unfortunately, majority of the students and a few faculty members from rural background, they do not know that English language is a part and parcel of Indian curriculum as a second language. Next, understanding number 2. We human beings have been given certain innate abilities such as linguistic abilities, such as listening, speaking, reading, and writing, multiple intelligence, such as verbal, mathematical, and music, common sense, creativity, thinking, acquiring or acquisition, learning, translating, understanding, and so on. Next, understanding number 3. Acquisition versus learning. Acquisition and learning both are part and parcel of language learning. Whereas coming to acquisition, which is a natural learning process of language. Best example is L1, in a sense, mother tongue. Coming to learning, where we keep our dedication, determination, effort to learn language. Best example is language 2 or language 3. For example, English as language 2 or any other foreign languages. Understanding number 4. Hearing versus listening. Hearing takes place accidentally. Best example is noise from outside. Listening, where we keep more intention, more effort, more concentration to listen to music, lecture, demonstration, and so on. Understanding number 5. Note making versus note taking. Note making, which is a part and parcel of reading. Best example is reading a textbook, reading newspaper material, and so on. Note taking, which is a part and parcel of listening. Best example is lecture, demonstration, and so on. Understanding number 6. This analysis, which is all about approximate data. The one who possesses 1000 to 2000 words, he or she can communicate. The one who possesses 2000 to 3000 words of vocabulary, he or she can communicate very effectively. The one who possesses 3000 to 5000 words of vocabulary, yes, they can compete with native speakers as they speak more better than the previous two categories. But an average adult native speaker knows about 20,000 words out of 1,71,476 words of English language. Let me repeat. The one who possesses 1000 to 2000 words, he or she can communicate, just communicate. The one who possesses 2000 to 3000 words of vocabulary, yes, they can communicate effectively. The ones who possess 3000 to 5000 and above words, yes, they can compete with native speakers. However, an average adult native speaker knows only 20,000 words out of 1,71,476 words. But majority of the students who fall under either second category or third category, because majority of the students in this generation, they are from English medium background. But unfortunately, the students lack of communication skills. Reason why? The students do not know what to use, when to use, where to use, how to use, and why to use, which is a very big problem for Indian students. Then understanding number 7, the fifth communication skill. Do you think that is there any fifth communication skill? Yes, certainly there is a fifth communication skill. That is thinking. Thinking plays a significant role in language learning, language reading, writing, speaking, and so on. Let me give you one practical example. Here are a few examples. Kofi Annan, Narendra Modi, Manmohan Singh, Sonia Gandhi, and Sachin Tendulkar. Kofi Annan, he can speak using English language in front of international media, but his thought process goes in Akan language, which is one of the tribal languages of Ghana country. Narendra Modi, the present PM of India, he can speak using either Hindi or English language in the parliament, but his thought process goes in Gujarati. Manmohan Singh, the former PM of India, he can speak using either Hindi or English in parliament or in front of the media, but his thought process goes in Punjabi. Coming to Sonia Gandhi, she can speak Hindi or English, but her thought process goes in Italian. God of cricket, Sachin Tendulkar, he can speak using very good English, but his thought process goes in Marathi. So here what I mean to say, the thought process plays a pivotal role in language, either speaking, reading, writing, and listening. So here thinking plays a significant role in communication skills. That is what we must understand. Reason why that much discussion on thinking, in a sense, they are speaking towards one language, but the thought process which is being in their mother tongue. Since the thought process which is in mother tongue, since God has given us the translating ability, yes, the thought process makes the language or translate the language into the target language. In a sense, if Narendra Modi speaks English language, his thought process in Gujarati, and it is being translated into English language. That is the secret. That is the magic of thought process. That we have to understand. That is the greatness of thinking. Next, argument number one. A good listener can become a good speaker. In a sense, if you listen and keep on listen, finally you can become, or one can become, a very good speaker. Let me give you one beautiful example. There are many singers. They participate in several live concerts. They try to sing like original singers. To meet that level, do you think that they are going to speak on instant? No. They listen, 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 and keep on listen till reaching the appropriate level or exact level of the original singing. So here what I mean to say, if you keep on listen, 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 one fine day you will become a very good speaker of the target language, what you practiced to listen to. Reason why? While listening, we receive data, we register data, we imitate and speak. That is the secret. Next, argument number two. A good reader can become a good writer. Reason why? If you read and keep on read, you will get to know new words and their meanings, words usage contextually, word choice, sentence construction, in a sense, syntax and grammar, punctuation, and so on, content, and finally, content narration. Let me repeat, if you read, and keep on read, you will come to know new words and their meanings, words usage correctly and contextually, sentence construction, in other words, syntax with grammar and punctuation, content, and finally, content narration. Let me recap once. Yes, we have four communication skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Listening and listening and reading are called receptive skills like inputs, because while listening and reading we receive data. Speaking and writing are called productive skills like outputs. Reason why? While speaking and writing we produce data. So part of language learning, we receive data, we register data, we imitate, and we speak or we write. Strategies to become an effective English communicator in terms of speaking. If you want to become an effective communicator in terms of speaking, yes, there are certain strategies which include: you must become an effective listener or focused listener. You must take note. For example, if you are listening to something, either a lecture or demonstration or a speech or any commentary, you must take note in terms of words, phrases, or any idioms, or any clauses, whatever you want to learn newly something, you must take note. And it is not simply taking note. You must receive it, register it, imitate it, repeat it, and keep on speak it. Apply all learned words in speaking contextually. Whatever the words that you have learned through listening, you must apply all the words in your speaking contextually. Speak 120 words minimum. Minimum 120 words, maximum 150 words per minute. This is a very good strategy to make an effective communication. Minimum 120 words, maximum 150 words per minute. Next, use appropriate body language in terms of posture, gesture, facial expressions, eye contact, and so on. Because body language speaks. Whatever we speak, of course we speak, but body language speaks. Body language makes an effective communication. So that is why if you want to make an effective communication, body language plays vital role. That is what we must have an appropriate body language. Use simple present tense, simple past tense, and simple future in the beginning. Yes, which is a very good point. Because if you are a beginner, yes, at the time use simple present tense for the things which are happening in the present, simple past tense for which happened in the past, simple future tense for the things which happened, which are going to happen in future. And slow and steady wins the race. Yes, you're supposed to have patience in speaking, because we should not compete with the one who is speaking faster than you, because their mechanism differs from your mechanism. So here, moreover, people focus on how perfectly you are speaking, but not how faster you are speaking. Let me repeat. People always focus on how perfectly you are speaking, but not how faster you are speaking. Then practice, practice, and keep on practice till you get very good fluency in your communication. Moreover, practice, practice, and keep on practice well in English language in front of the mirror, friends, and finally family members. You begin with a small talks, some informal talks. Gradually, it may go up to formal talks. So that is why we should not stop practicing. Strategies to become an effective English communicator in terms of writing. You must be an effective reader or focused reader. Must take note in a sense while reading. Yes, if you find any difficult words, new words, interesting words, any idiom, any proverb, yes, you must make note. It is not simply making note. You must receive them into your mind, register them, imitate them, repeat them, and finally keep on write them. Learn minimum 2, 5, or 10 words per day, totally based on your dedication, determination towards learning a language. You can begin with 2 words per day, or 5 words per day, or 10 words per day based on your interest. Apply all learned words in writing contextually. Yes, learning differs from applying. Whatever the words that you have learned already, you're supposed to apply all the words contextually. Otherwise, you may forget it. Use simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense in the beginning. Reason why in writing part, because writing, which is a technical thing, which is a challenging task, it is not everyone's cup of tea, because which is a skill as well as an art. So that is why in the beginning level, yes, use simple present tense for the things which are happening in the present, simple past tense for past things, simple future tense for which are going to happen. Gradually you can enhance based on tenses. You can enhance your level of language towards direct speech, indirect speech, active voice, passive voice, simple complex compound, and degrees of comparison. Moreover, use linkers, in other words, cohesive devices in writing contextually, because cohesive devices play a vital role in writing, because they make coherence in between the sentences, between the paragraphs, between the words. So that is why using linkers makes sense, which gives a comprehensive towards a sentence, towards a paragraph. Get command on punctuation, because punctuation plays vital role in writing. Sometimes it changes the meaning also. So that is why punctuation plays vital role. We must have command over punctuation. That is only possible through reading, reading, reading. Practice, practice, and keep on practice in English through small tasks. For example, writing diary, stories, and poetry. Additional strategies to become an effective communicator. We must think in English language. Reason why? The thought process goes in human being. Already you are given a beautiful example. The thought process, even though we are speaking in English language, the thought process goes in our mother tongue, where translation takes place. If you think directly in English language, what happens? Yes, you are becoming, yes, you are thinking as a native speaker. So that is why think in English language, as English language is your target language. Must be fluent in mother tongue because the translation takes place. If you want to perfect in English language, of course, the concept, the concept can be the concept can be created in your mother tongue. It can be translated to English language. That is what God has given us the ability of, that is, innate ability of translating capacity. So that is why if you want to be very good at English language, yes, you must be fluent in your mother tongue, whatever the mother tongue. Ability to translate from mother tongue to English, yes, it comes by practice. Practice, practice, practice. Since practice makes a man perfect. You're supposed to uh, feel that English language is my best friend. Then only you can you can keep on speak, you can keep on write, you can keep on think in English language. Don't lose interest, confidence, and enthusiasm towards learning language. So we should not miss interest, confidence, and enthusiasm to learn language. Finally, practice, practice, and keep on practice till you reach fluency in English language. So these are the strategies to become an effective communicator in terms of speaking and writing. Thank you very much.